connection with Baccarat. There's a whole lot of little strategies involved in this. A whole lot of them that I don't use. I have my own way of doing it, and I kind of stick to that. A lot of people think that it's similar to blackjack. It's not similar to blackjack, except that there's cards and a dealer. The only choices that you're going to make in this game is where you want to put your money. Player, banker, and the tie. You can bet on all three if you want. Just won't really make any money. Some people, they're going to follow the player. They'll do, say the player wins, they'll follow the winner. Player wins, they'll bet the player, and then he loses, then the banker wins, and they'll go up here and follow that. People that will follow player, the loser. People that will try to count it. I wouldn't suggest counting it to win the player banker wins, though. Although, maybe it'll help you a little bit. A lot of the places have side bets. It'll say like the panda or the dragon. Those side bets you can somewhat successfully count. Now this little system right here, this play for fun video game, doesn't have the side bets. Maybe I could find one that does and try to count into those and see how that works. But mostly I just stick to looking for consecutive numbers, ace, 2, 3, 4, coming up, things like that. I look for pairs, especially sets of pairs on each one. And also when the numbers 3, 6, and 9 come up together, or 3, 6, and a king, which gives me 3, 6, and a total of 9. Things like that. And I just like to look for 3, 6, 9 because those are the numbers that Nikola Tesla was obsessed with. And you can just do a general search on Nikola Tesla and 369. It'll explain things like Nikola Tesla walking around the block 3 times before he went up into his apartment building, his hotel. Things like that. He was just weirdly, and there's other mathematical things involving those 3 numbers. But we're just going to get started here. We're going to go over to player and do my little standard 100. I usually start there. There's no interest when you win the player. There's a 5% interest if you win on banker. I start down here and I won down there. So it's just, you don't have to worry about settling up. And settling up is you typically don't pay the banker that 5% every single time. The banker just, puts a marker on his rack of chips there. And at the end, when you're ready to walk away, you better have the money to pay that VIG, that interest rate, the vigorish. Because that's money you owe. So don't forget about that when you're playing, or you won't have a problem. But if you stick to the player and the tie, and just don't play the banker, although sometimes I still play the banker, well, you're not going to have a problem. And what do we see here? 4 and a 5 coming out with one another, even 4, 5, or 5, 4. If you want to go backwards with it, consecutive numbers, pair of 7s over here. All right, so I'm going to move to the banker, and I got it. And you got what? Consecutive numbers, consecutive numbers. And you've also, and it's something I got to start recording more of when I play and watching them, something about getting 2 and 2 instead of 3, or 3 and 3, or 3 cards and 2 cards. Something about this where a lot of times I make a mistake where I play my choice of bet. See, like, I would take player on this one, so we'll see what happens. I actually got that one. We got 3 and 9, but we don't have a 6 anywhere, do we? Except for the total over here. Ace, 2, 3, 4, and 9 and 10. So on this one, let's do this. 100 there. Play a little more conservative than normal. See there? Got creamed. A bunch of 4s. That was what? 120? 185. Alright. Take the 100. Double it to 2. Go on banker. And this is what happens. Play or run. But still 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yep, it's an absolute little run. So, we'll just come back down. Just take it easy till their little run is over. And then get back to business. There we go. That's probably going to be the end of their run. 2, 1, 2. Then I'm just going to put a little money on that tie. See a tie, bet a tie. There you go. Back to business. Moving back up. Almost breaking even again. 2, 4. 3. Keep it cheap for a second. Till I see something I like better. There you go. See? 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And 8, 9. See if I can get some money back. Yep. Finally back up in the running here. Pair of 8s. And we'll go over to banker. That worked out well. Pair of 4s, 7, 5. Come down to player. Nailed it. You got what? 5, 6, 7 and a pair of 2s. This 9 over here is not very good, but we'll see. Yeah, got it. Got beat. 6 and 7, 8. I'm going to double it right there because of those consecutives. Got it. Pair of 8s. 5 and 3. We'll just come down here with a quarter. There we go. 8, 3, 8. And then over here, kind of, meh. We'll stay with player on that one. Should have moved, but yep, should have moved. Pair of aces. We're gonna come down here. I'm gonna double that up. That's good. Go over there on banker. Pair of aces, queen jack. Now you can start seeing. Well, you would have ace 2 and 3, but you have pair aces 2, 3, queen jack. Lots of stuff in order, and a pair with these aces over here. So what I'm going to do is bump my money up, go to banker. You can see if I don't look foolish or not. And I don't. Good. That's always nice. King, queens, and 10. King, queen, 10, 9. Not the strongest energy, so we're going to stay down a little bit. Good that I did. 4, 4, 9, 4, 9. All right. Bump that to 100. Nope. 3, 6, 9. So now is where I'm going to go a little heavier. And I got it. All right. There you go. That's what? 820 bucks. Playing relatively conservative, except on that last hand where I put 500 bucks down. In probably like 5 minutes. Not bad. That is for an average person, that's a good point to walk away. That is a great point to walk away. And you can see how I do that with those consecutive numbers, the pairs, 3, 6, 9. I gotta stress that stuff more. I stress it on just about every game. I could sit here and show you tutorials where I follow the leader, where I follow the loser, where I alternate player, banker, Or where I alternate player banker, and then every ninth one, when the tie is supposed to show up, I start playing every ninth one to tie. And I'll show you how to lose money. You got to find something that works for you and stick to it. And this right here, that technique seems to work for me. I'll even have to try it. Maybe I'll make a video using a different simulator. All this is just simulated. It's not the real money. You probably don't want to film yourself making lots of money these days, as there's 85,000 more IRS agents out there. Just saying. You never know. So, something to think about. So just remember, when you get that kind of money up, when something's meaningful to you, it's time to walk away. Every hot streak goes cold, sooner or later. You don't want to be there when you start just chasing it and losing all that money you made. So make that money and get out of there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks. I'll see you later.